We went into Dominican Republic and then from Haiti, and then we went back and well, from there we went to Asia, but we had to fly through Miami and then LA. That was
What the hell was that?
sucked barely off. Anyway.
Yeah, that way. Perfect.
So, anyway, when we went down there in Dominican Republic, we're working on a pretty small budget, so it's like $10 a day for food, lodging, transportation. So we mostly ate beans and rice every day in Dominican.
It's not true of the world. At least beans and rice.
Yeah, and then we went to Haiti, and we didn't have much more, sometimes less, because the supply and demand, there's some things just really expensive. Well, in the meantime, he got kidney stones.
Oh, God, really?
So he got kidney stones, and just laid outside,
God, I'm so sorry.
got tan.
Very sorry.
So anyways, he's coming back through the States, right? And this is after 2 months, okay? 2 months.
Of kidney stones? Right?
No, 1 month of kidney stones, but 2 months gone from the States. Okay? You doing all right?
Yeah, I just got my leg.
Yeah.
To your left of your foot. Huh? Yeah. There's another one.
Yeah, I saw it land right on you.
Yeah, that's fine.
So anyways, coming in, he's sitting there and hands the passport over to the guy behind the counter at customs. And the guy looks at him, looks back at him, looks back. And so now Doug, he's like, well, I'm gonna watch him. So he types in possible subject B12. And he's like, what possible subject? And as he's thinking in his head, the guy goes, sir, you're not going to be entering our country today. And he goes to hand back the passport, and he goes to like grab it. There's this big dude behind him. The big dude grabs it and takes him into this back room, right?
Jesus.
So he's in this back room with all these other Hispanic guys. Okay, so Dominican, some, I don't know, Cuban, who knows. Bunch of guys all speaking Spanish, right? And so he's sitting there trying to figure out what's going on, you know? And he's trying to like watch. And so the guy, the big guy, walks over to a girl and hands over the passport, and they're talking about some stuff. And he obviously knows English, and so he's listening to what they're saying and like trying to read lips and listen. And she keeps going like, look at that scummy guy. Like, oh man, he just keeps looking at me. Look at the way the scummy guy's just looking at me. And he's just thinking like, I'm just trying to figure out why I can't get in my own country. Like, what, you know? And he's like sitting over there, and she just kept like ripping on him. He's like, are we serious? And then he realized he's only with Spanish-speaking people, and she probably thinks that he only speaks Spanish. You know? And so he's like,
excuse me, madam.
You know, so he's sitting there, and he's going to go say something, and the guy comes back, gets him, throws him in the back room. They got another guy in there, and they start interrogating him. It's like, what's your mother's maiden name? What's your social security card? What's your da-da-da-da-da? Well, how many cars have you had? When was the last time you had a ticket? Like, all this stuff. And he's just going through, like, what's your degree? What university did you go to? Like, all, you know, just the gamut. And he's answering all these questions. And finally goes, when was the last time you left the country? He's like, January, I don't know, 3rd or 4th, something like that. He's like, January 3rd? It was January 4th. And he's like, okay, sorry, January 4th. And he's like, you haven't been anywhere else? He was like, well, I went to Haiti, but other than that, no. He's like, okay. Finally's like, listen, turns around the computer. This is you January 4th, this is you today. Are you telling me that this is the same man? And he's like, yeah, like, I got kidney stones. Like, I wish I didn't, but I lost 45 pounds. Like, I didn't have a lot to eat down there. I don't know, like, and I got tan. Like, it's sunny down. I don't know, like, the shirt in this one, it's right here. Like, I don't know. Like, and the guy, like, storms out, you know, and there's this window, and so Dave's just watching him, and the guy's like, 5 minutes later, rings. Four times, right? Finally, after sitting there watching this happen, it's like 20 minutes later, the guy comes back, comes in and goes, have a great day. He's like, can I ask what just happened? Like, what just happened? He goes, evidently Dave Brown is a common name. He's like, that's all I get is Dave Brown is a common name. Like, and our squad leader ended up doing some research and talked with some of the other guards and found out that evidently the name Dave Brown was flagged coming in the country because they thought that it was a drug dealer bringing fruit or drugs from the DR. And so Oh, he was like, "Are you serious?"
Well, yeah, you can't just flag a name like Dave Brown. That's
Well,
funny.
that's part one of the story.
Oh, then
Part two.
comes the full cavity search.
Part two is this. It's slightly shorter, quite a bit shorter. So after being gone for 11 months, right? He was one of the leaders of our squad by now, and he's like, "Listen, you guys have been around the world. You guys know how to get places. If you are not on this plane tomorrow, I'm leaving you behind. I don't care. I'm going home. I'm going to be home for Thanksgiving. I don't care. I can't wait to get home. I have my apple pie. I'm going to go home. Doesn't matter." And we're like, "Dave, man, you're going to get caught in security." You know, we all know this, you know. He's like, because crazy crap always happens to him. And so he's like, "No, I'm going to be fine." Well, we fly into New York. I'm in one line. He's in the other one. And as he's going through, I see the guy stand up and escort him past me. He goes, "Round two." You know? And so they take him back. Then I tell the whole squad, I'm like, "Oh, guys, you got to hold on. Don't leave quite yet. Dave's in customs again." They're like, "Are you serious? Dave's in customs again?" Oh, man. So we're all sitting there just watching. He only got back like 15 minutes later. He's like, "What are you in for this time?" He's like, "Well, they thought some Dave Brown was coming in doing a larceny." I told him, "Sir, I was in this country here. I was in Poland here. I was in Russia when you said that. No, Czechoslovakia, right here. It's on my passport. I wasn't there." He's like, "All right, man, just settle down. You can go." Like, I'm just wondering. Just have to check out the Dave Browns. Because he's just angry. He's like, "Oh, I'm not sitting through this again."
We'll talk about it later.
You're walking away
talk
in the
about it
middle of
later.
the night. It's pitch black. You don't
We'll
have
talk about it later.
Yelling your name.
We'll talk
I
about it
thought
later.